Okay, what's next? Let's see. Let's talk about stuff that goes in and stuff that comes out. Now we're going to talk about water filtering and access. So the water filter that I ended up with, I purchased both a Sawyer squeeze and I don't know why I purchased two, but then I ended up getting my Katadyn Be Free, and this is the thing that I ended up using. I did not use my Sawyer, and I just will warn everybody that Sawyer did come out with a mini, which they said the flow rate was just as much as the big one, but it was smaller, and apparently they broke all the time because the hiker boxes were full of Sawyer minis. I don't know why people just didn't throw them away, but they put them in the hiker box. Maybe they felt like people could use them for parts. I don't know. But sorry, Sawyer, that's just the way it is. But the Katadyn, this is a 1 liter bottle, or you can get a 2 liter bottle, and your filter is right there. So you fill your water up. It's easy to get, down. Like sometimes it's just really hard to get water. It's like getting blood out of a turnip when you're trying to get a water source. And this will get right down to it, fill up, and then that's your filter. And you screw it on, and you can drink directly out, or you can refill your smart water bottles. Because towards the end I was carrying, especially across the desert, you're carrying 5 liters plus. So I would always have my bottles filled plus this filled. Initially it was really hard because I just was having a hard time with the water, but I end up getting stronger. Didn't cry so much when I had to add weight. And then this is the system that I ended up going to. It's made by Blue Desert, and I call it a siphon system. They call it a smart bottle hydration system. And what it is I started out with the bladder in my pack, with the thing that comes over, with the bite, with the bite thing, so you can just drink, it went into your pack. But what I found is that at the water sources, in order to get that bladder out, you had to take everything out of your pack and then pull the bladder out, fill it up, put it back in, put all your stuff in. There are some drawbacks to that. I never had any leaks. Some people had leaks, and then everything in their pack would get wet. Some people suggest putting the bladder on the side. I just soon use the bottles. And so at Warner Springs, at 2 Foot Adventures, I was thinking, God, what if there was some kind of way that I could get a hose, from my bladder to hook onto a bottle? And then it was like magic. I got to Warner Springs, and here's this thing. And what it is, it just screws right onto the bottle. See, it goes down into the bottle. And then it goes in the side of your pack, and here's your bite, and you're good to go. You got water. The only thing I'm going to try is off my bladder, I'm going to try the bite thing off that and see if it works here. Because this has a cover, and then it's got a switch, actually. And the thing about this is that it takes you a minute to get the air out. Even though you lock it, it's just it's so stupid. It's work to get the water out. Like you have to do a couple extra sucks, right? But anyway, I'm thinking about trying the bite thing off my bladder and see if that works a little bit easier. Otherwise, this is just fine. And I'm glad I keep the cover on, because when I take my pack off, invariably this thing goes into the dirt, and so I'm always brushing dirt off of it. But that was my water system. I love it. Blue Desert. And Katadyn Be Free. And this, I can't remember how long these filters last, but you can always get another filter. Now, I actually ended up getting, this is my second one, because somewhere along the line, me pushing it and pulling it and everything, I ended up with a couple pinholes in it. So when I'm squeezing my water into the bottles, like if I had this filled up and I was in the tent, there was water squirting out and you didn't want to get everything wet. But, and as long as you keep it flushed, black flush, how you clean it is you shake it swirl it in some clean water and shake it, or in water, you shake it and now it's clean. And then it has wonderful flow, so you can drink directly from it, or you can fill your bottles quickly. The Sawyers, you do have to backflow, but it's, there was something else that somebody had used in case of a syringe. Oh, I know. It was, they got the pop top like this on their water bottle. You know, some of the sports bottles you can get the pop top, and you want to get that. If you do have a Sawyer, so you don't have to carry that extra syringe, you get the pop top, put on your bottle, and then you can back flush your Sawyer squeeze. If you have a Sawyer squeeze, you know what I'm talking about. But this is my choice. You see on the trail all kinds of filtering systems, but you always want to filter your water. Never play the Giardia roulette. Always want to filter. There's different kinds. There's just as many companies as there is sleeping bags or anything else. So that's the water filter system. All right, what should we talk about next? Okay, here is my daytime bathroom pack. One of the biggest questions that everybody asks me, oh no, this is the nighttime. Never mind. I think I switched bandanas anyway. I think I put a new one on this. So many people ask me, how do you go potty on the trail? Well, very easily. But one of the things that I highly suggest that you need something to dig what's called a cat hole. And this is called a deuce of spades. I keep everything in different bags because this ends up with dirt all over it. You dig a hole, and I put duct tape on it, as you can see, again, duct tape, because the edges were so sharp. This is titanium. It weighs, what, an ounce or something like that? Let me see. It weighs half an ounce. But, and it's very strong, so you can dig down and dig your cat hole if you have to poo. And then you poo, and then you cover it up, just like a cat. And so I guess that's the way they call it, a cat hole. Thinking about it. And then also in here, I have my, I usually have some toilet paper, and then I have some wet wipes just in case. And of course, antibacterial. So that's kind of my little packet. So when it comes time, if I have to go to the bathroom on the trail, you know, being a lady, I just don't want to kind of announce that, but I just grab my little pack and go up into the woods and go poop. Then at night, there's another thing. I keep, these are kind of funny. In here, I also have toilet paper and some wet wipes. I just keep everything, you know, kind of ready for action. But at night, the other thing you need is a bottle or something to pee in, because you're not going to be going out into the darkness in the night to go potty. You might fall off a cliff. Well, you got to watch where you're going, or an animal might come jump on you. But I have what's called a freshette. I don't know, some people call it shiwis. And so what it is you have a bottle, like a Gatorade bottle. If you see a Gatorade bottle on the trail, never drink out of it, because people use them for pee bottles. I always thought it was terrible when you hear people, they wouldn't stop the car. Here, pee in this bottle, we're not stopping. You know, it's like, ugh, with boys, you know, girls, you get to stop. But anyway, so here's this thing. I remember when the chubby hiker was showing hers, it was so funny. But anyway, so it's called a freshette. It comes in here. Now, it's just this little piece right here. I'll put it against there. You put it up against you. You put the bottle there and you pee, right? It also has this extension, but I don't use the extension because I found that it might fall. It just, there's no need for it. It's one extra thing to clean, and it also sometimes, one time it fell off, and you know, you have a mess. So anyway, so I still keep it, but I'm going to get rid of it. I just kept it for the video. But I keep everything nice and clean, and that is the nighttime restroom bag, the comfort station. Again, I just so I have everything organized, I use the different bandanas to keep everything wrapped in. So that's that. Next, what should we talk about next? Well, talking about gear, what about bugs, you say? Oh, I'm sinking. What about bugs, you say? Well, I did have a little thing of bends, and there's one place where I was having problems with, I don't know what they were, fly things, or I don't know what it was, and I did the stupidest thing in the world. And after it's just so, I'm embarrassed to tell you, I closed my eyes and I sprayed my face. And I'm not going to say anything more about that. But the other thing is I have a little head net that I haven't used yet because I hadn't really gotten into the mosquito country yet. But I do have my head net. But even more important than that, I have my Bugsuit. It's time for the Bugsuit dance that I promised you. Here we go.